Hi and welcome to another video. This one's kind of off the back of the previous pre-order videos I put up and have now taken down. After a couple of months, I started to realize that my pre-order list was looking nothing like the one I posted before, and it felt a bit like a lie. So I've decided to kind of do a mix video of cancellations, partly of things that I've mentioned before that I was going to buy and have already cancelled, and then there's a couple of figures that I am waiting to cancel because the way I do it with Ami is that I try and pay for a few orders, then do a cancellation, just so then it kind of mitigates the risk of being banned. So in this case, I'm going to start this whole video by saying this is completely subject to change. In another couple of months, it may have vastly changed again. I have a very bad habit of impulse pre-ordering things. And I kind of also, when I first started this year ago, I had a set of themes that I had as part of my rules. Things like formal wear, kimonos or Chinese dress, kind of like cultural clothing. I had summer, racing, and bunnies, and I'm not gonna lie, a lot of those have changed. I plan on completely revamping my list and not doing themes per se, partly because I got into Arc Knights and that's just like badass men and women with weapons. So yeah, so let's just kind of get into the start of upcoming videos from what I had coming in July and what I've already recorded and just haven't uploaded yet. So on this page I have a couple of Nendoroids. So I've got the Emelian Nendoroid, Shuten Doji, Echidna, who came quite late because I got her from a UK store. I also picked up Aqua, pre-owned from Ami, along with Amelia from Bai, Yahoo Auctions. And then I also managed to get these two on the left from Taobao, which is W from Arc Knights, and then there's Bilibili and Mythos collab. So she was exclusively only for Bilibili and sold on resellers on Taobao, but she's absolutely beautiful. And this is one of the reasons where I realised my original rules just don't work. She's an original character. I said no original characters before. I don't like that rule. This is an absolutely gorgeous piece. She does kind of fit into Chinese dress, as she's based on the stamping printing process. So there's a whole video based on that, but I will go through that in her video. Yeah. Okay, so July pre-orders. I don't think I even had very much for July before, but that's also because I did say I had ordered this Jeanne d'Arc up by Lycorn figure. I did cancel this a couple of months ago. After looking at pictures of her, as much as I absolutely love her, like Jeanne d'Arc Jolta is one of my favourite characters in FGO. I've stopped playing FGO quite as much, now I'm playing Arc Knights more, and this figure is absolutely huge. I do not have space for it, so I kind of, I cancelled this one based on the fact that there was just no space. So, yeah, that's one figure down. I did, however, keep this Pokemon Gem series, Dive to Blue by Megahouse, which is actually on its way to me right now. Will hopefully come sometime next week. I feel like Pokemon's one of those series that I've grown up with, so for 20-ish years, maybe a little bit more, I've absolutely adored this series. So considering this one has most of my favourite water types, there are a couple extra here or there, I really love this. I wish that the water effects looked a bit better, but it's not a resin. I don't expect immense detail, so yeah, I'm really excited to get this and see what it looks like, partly because I do own the Ghost Assemble one and the Evolutions one. The Ghost one is fantastic, the Eevee one has so many flaws, it's unbelievable, so it's kind of a mix of how those go. Okay, so August is probably one of the biggest changing months. And there are a couple of reasons for that, which I'll get into. The first one is that I have some delays that have slipped into this month, which is why originally I cancelled some things. But this Aqua pop-up parade, for example, was originally due in July. That's now coming this month instead. She looks really cute, though I still really hate the net they gave her. That does not look right, but it's fine. So I do have this one coming this month, along with some merch, which is just like some t-shirts, a cup, and some other things, which I'll cover in the video when I do hers. I also have this Musashi still on pre-order, and that also has been delayed twice since I've had it on pre-order, so fingers crossed it does come in August. It's a bit weird because the Dress Saber altar was due to come out in like October, and that got brought forward to August, so whether it gets delayed again because they've concentrated on that, I don't know. But she looks stunning, she looks so cozy, and I really want a Musashi figure. I have never been able to roll her. I have both North American account and a Japanese account, and I don't have her in either. I don't have her Berserker version either, so yeah, we'll get this figure of her, and I really want to keep this. It suits the casual wear kind of stuff that I've started picking up more often now. But yeah, that one's staying. These, however, are both cancelled. It's such a shame because this Leafer figure is the reason why I started watching Sword Art Online. But now the more 1/4 scales I own, the less I've been pre-ordering new ones or buying new ones. I've actually sold a couple of the bunny figures I had before. I've sold Darkness. I'm going to be selling Yoko at some point. I also sold some other figures from my collection just because I really don't have space. And I looked at the measurements for these. Asuna was just insanely huge. Like, her hair sculpt takes up so much space. I ended up cancelling her a couple of months ago. Then Leafer, yeah, she is so pretty though, so this is the one I probably regret having to cancel the most, and maybe one day in the future I'll pick her up at Aftermarket, we'll see. But with only 2 Detolfs, it's a bit touch and go on what I can keep. I did also order some Nendoroids this month. I've actually paid for these 3 from Good Smile, so the MHX Alta, Ereshkigal, and Ishtar, but I don't know if I will keep the MHX Alta one when I get her. I couldn't cancel because it's Good Smile Company, which is why I'm trying to avoid ordering them from them now. But Ereshkigal and Ishtar I at least wanted, and Aya is so cute, so I did manage to snag a pre-order of her. And kind of like, I want the Arknights and Nendoroids. I did originally say no multiple copies of the same character, but I'm breaking that rule too. I did also cancel the Marnie Nendoroid, and I may actually just pick that up at Aftermarket later, we'll see. She is so cute, and I've started replaying Sword and Shield again, so I'm looking at some of the characters and like, if they did a scale of Marnie, actually, that I would 100% go for. But I still may go for it later. And then I've also got this prize figure of Echidna, which is honestly amazing quality from the prototypes they've shown. And so far I haven't been a fan of her scales. The Tea Party one looks really good, but I don't want to get an entire set, and I know I will. So yeah. Then I've also got these 2 other scales. So by cancelling the 2 1/4s, I ended up still getting 2 other scales anyway. Lapland, she is amazing, and I still have not managed to roll her. I'm hoping for a rate up at some point. I do have Thorns, so I don't technically need her, but she fills a different niche, you know? Plus, this figure is fantastic. I think my only worry is that her base will be as big as Blazer's, and I will cry over space. But she looks fantastic, and the effects with the Premier Edition are so good. So yeah. And then on the right we have the Shimarin 1/7 scale by Wing. This I've actually only just pre-ordered after pre-orders opened up again on AmiAmi. I kind of slept on this one for months. I remember when it first went up for pre-order, I was sat there like, do I want Eurocamp scales? And now I've just finished season 2. I'm like, you know what? I want a whole Eurocamp shelf. It's one of those series where I feel I can go back to when I just need something soft, relaxing, and comforting. And there aren't many shows that fit that niche for me, so I've gone for it. So she will be coming at some point. We'll see when. Okay, so after August, September is perhaps my second biggest month. Actually, just August to October is hell, so we'll just dive right into it. I did start by cancelling this Nero Claudius and Tamamo no Mae racing figure. So as I said at the start, I am kind of going away from the themes I wanted. I absolutely love racing figures, but considering I could not fit all the ones I wanted on one shelf, or even 2 shelves. I just don't have space. There may come a time in the future when I have more space. I'll try and get this in the aftermarket, because I think they look gorgeous. Like, I love Nero, I love Tamamo. But again, now I'm coming away from Fate. It was too much. But I actually just put in this order for this bunny figure of Chris by D-Smile. So I mentioned before, I kept away from original characters. This figure closed pre-orders back in January, and I have not stopped thinking about her. Her colouring with all the aqua and the white, the silver hair, the soft smile on her face, like, she is beautiful. And like, I've had to pay extra because I've ordered so late, but a pre-order opened on Arconia, which is a Belgian store, and I've just bought her this weekend. It is pay up front, and it was kind of awkward to do, but I have no regrets now because I was ready to try and find a proxy that let you do adult products, because she is bi native, she is cast off. But like, even the tips of her hair, every time I look at her, I die inside a little bit. She's just so beautiful. So yeah, that is another one that's getting added to September. She releases in August, but because it's coming from a European store, she'll probably come out actually September, October time, depending on how quickly they get that out. But yeah, she is so pretty. She's so pretty. Okay, then I also have 3 Nendoroids. I actually have 5 total this month. That's just a lot. But Beatrice is so cute. This one was an instant pre-order, as was 02, partly because her Nendoroid in the aftermarket before the re-release went for like $200. It was a lot of money. And then third one is Texas. As I said before, I want to collect the Arknights ones. I'm trying to kind of hold off buying too many of other series now, but I felt like Beatrice, I don't have a scale of still, and 02, I actually don't like most of the scales of her, which is a bit controversial. There is a gorgeous resin of her, but I also cannot bring myself to pay for a resin of any series other than Pokemon, which we'll get into later. Then the other Nendoroids I have on order, these 2 are from Good Smile, is Blake Belladonna, which I regret ordering. So I may end up selling her as soon as she arrives. It depends. Her faceplates are awful, really. But she's my favourite from Ruby. And then Shimarin, because I have Nadeshiko. They're going to sit in camp on my desk. It's just how it's got to be. Then there's also this pop-up parade of Blake Belladonna as well. I do already have Vice and Ruby, but I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them now. I don't know. I keep having so many indecisive things going on. I also pre-ordered this Nadeshiko Kagamihara 1/7 scale by Wing to go with Rin, and she is absolutely adorable. The one worry I have is that she's going to come with a support pole for this that isn't clear, and it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. But we'll see. But I just love like how happy she looks as she runs and she comes. She's just so cute. Like, her and Chica are just top-notch girls. And then I've also pre-ordered this kimono version of Shimarin. I went a little bit crazy this month. But I did have my eye on these before, and I was kind of waiting to see what other of Furyu's scale figures look like. So far they look like they've been really good though, so I did change my mind and ordered these. I think I've already paid for Rin. Nadeshiko's will likely come out next month on my bank, but they're so pretty. So yes, October, I have ordered Nadeshiko as well. So I kind of use the same picture for both. But I do love the way that they've connected the base so they'll be able to stand together and they'll just look amazing, I think. And they can either go on, like, if I do a Eurocamp shelf, or if they go with the kimonos, it works either way. And I feel like Eurocamp has become one of my favourite series now, so I'm breaking that more than one character rule. Aqua had it for a while. Like, I have multiple scales of Aqua, but I think these also kind of deserve it for the comfy, relaxing feeling I get when I watch the show. So yeah. So October I did start with this set as well. I ordered both of these from CD Japan. There were some coupons up, so I did save some money, and if you follow Ando Experience you can use his affiliate link. But yeah, then also this Hatsune Miku has been pushed back to October from, I think it was like May. I think it was about May or June. It might have been June. So yeah, I've got to pay for the rest of hers and the shipping, which is what makes me cry from China. I don't plan on cancelling her. I want to fulfill that because I think she'll look beautiful. And I'm half considering having a Miku shelf in replacement of where the racing figures are going to go. So we'll see. I did cancel the Anne Takamaki 1/7 scale, which I kind of am sad about as well, but she also looks like her base is going to be huge because of the way she's standing. It may be one I get in the aftermarket, but we'll see. Because Anne was my favourite from Persona 5. And then 2B. 2B is not going anywhere. Like, this figure is chef's kiss. She is gorgeous. And it's been months and I still remember how I felt watching a Let's Play of Nier Automata, how do you pronounce it? So yeah, she's staying. I also pre-ordered this Darkness Winter version pop-up parade, and before anyone asks, no, I did not pre-order Megumin. I want to like her, but she's so overhyped that I just can't at this point. It's a struggle. But Darkness, this actually is probably my favourite figure of Darkness. Her face is spot on. Like, they have nailed her expression and pose in this, because it's a pop-up parade, and I don't own a Darkness figure now. She got added. I also have this Kurumi Tokisaki figure. This is a China exclusive, so it did not come up on AmiAmi or other stores. And I've ordered it direct from Apex as, I think, Taobao store, not Tmall. She is gorgeous, and she's also not very expensive. I think she costs about £80 total. So I will be getting her. I don't know about the other two girls that come with her, as they've started working on those. I haven't seen Data Live, but I love the little eye details that she has with the clock in her eye, and I love Chinese dress, so here we go. And I've also, this was the first resin pre-order I've done, and I love them so much. So I have my Evolutions Megahouse one, but it's kind of disappointing. And then this came up on Fnatic Anime FNC. I can't remember the full name. It's so cute. I want them all. Someone posted the original art that they're based on, which is the image in the middle. Me and my boyfriend spent a good hour trying to guess what the different desserts would be. We got a good half of them right, I think. And I am planning to try and get them all. All 9. I can't describe how much I love Evolutions and how much I'm so glad that they made these. They're so cute. So yeah, I don't know when this will actually ship. I think I still have to pay off the remaining amount. I think I only did deposit, but it wasn't too expensive, like $60. It's not a huge figure, it's obviously not licensed, but it's so precious. So, 3 months and I haven't really done many cancellations. I think there's been 2 or 3. November is where it starts to pick up a little bit, with this first one that I did mention in my previous pre-orders I may be cancelling. I definitely will be. I removed her from MFC. My plan is to just not pay the remainder when Taobao come with me with the link. She's gorgeous. The aftermarket is gonna murder me, but I really don't have space. And I've kind of stopped playing Honkai Impact quite as much as well. Like, when I say Arknights has taken over, I mean it. So, goodbye to this one. I did pre-order the Kokichi Oma and Shuichi Sahara figures by Union Creative. When I first started this hobby a year ago, I tried searching for these and they were stupidly priced for the size they are. Danganronpa is one of my favourite video games. I do want to try and get the Chiaki and Kirigiri at some point. I do have them on watch, but they're both coming out in September as well, so it may be a Yahoo Auctions thing later. I also really want their bunny figures. So I would love to have a Danganronpa shelf one day, and these are going to be the first things for it. I also have this Lapland Android, again, Arknights, it's happening. Plus she'll go next to Texas, and Exu is going to be another scale to add to my collection. She was my first 6-star, and she was my second E2, I think, after Blaze. And this honestly looks really cool. I know that the backdrop is just a clear plastic sheet, but from the front you can't really tell and it looks pretty good. I paid for this months ago, so I don't have to worry about that, including shipping. So that one's just going to be a nice surprise when she turns up. Now, December has always been kind of light in comparison, but I do have 3 things on order. The first one, Mostima Nendroid, I've paid for that already. I've also got the Emiya by Rebos, which is like the budget line party dress that they've come up with. So this shouldn't be too expensive. And then I also ordered this Canal 1/7 scale by Fat Company. I did spend a bit of time wondering whether I wanted to get Demon Slayer scales or not. And so far, after watching season 1 of the anime, Canal is probably one of my favourites. She seems like a very interesting character. I have the manga on order for October when the box set comes out. I'm looking forward to reading the entire thing, as I've been really enjoying the story. And this one, honestly, is my favourite figure from Demon Slayer that is licensed. The resin scales are superb, but they are also huge, and I know my space limitations. And they keep bringing more and more out, so one day I hope I can get a Shinobu resin, as she's probably my other favourite character from the series, but we'll see. And then we go into 2022. Now, January 2022, and just 2022 as a whole, kicks off with a bang, and then becomes a lot more different to what I envisioned a few months back. So, first off, I ordered this resin scale, well, resin figure, statue, whatever you want to call them, from We Are Anime Collectors, and they specifically helped me because they don't usually sell to the UK, and this resin wasn't on FNC, it wasn't on Favor GK, and I honestly have not wanted a figure as much in a long time. I hunted for days, I could not stop thinking about it. Jigglypuff was honestly a Pokemon I understood too well as a child, as I'd go around singing everywhere. And this is so precious. I love the details on it. The little mushrooms, the water, Wigglytuff with a little conductor stick. It's just so cute. And Jigglypuff looks happiest when singing. So yeah, this made me so happy. So I paid up front for this. I'll have to pay shipping when it comes, and it should be December, January time, but it could be delayed. Quite a lot of resins have been. But yeah, it's just so pretty, like the ribbons on the tree, the leaves. I love this so much. And I did say from like a while ago, the only series I will buy resins for is Pokemon. Maybe in the future, after I've read the manga of Demon Slayer, I will look at one of those, but it's not happening till I've read the manga. But yeah, so this is my kickoff towards the end of the year, in January time. January itself has changed so much because I think in my pre-orders before I mentioned I pre-ordered the Summer BB. That is already cancelled. I'm not getting that. And then 9S I will be cancelling soon. I kind of wanted to get both 2B and 9S because I felt like they should. Like, especially if they do an A2 as well, I'll want all three. But I can't afford 4 scales in 1 month. 3 is already pushing it when 1 is a bunny figure, which goes into these other ones. I'm half hoping that the Corone VTuber Hololive one will be, because Spiritel so far has delayed them, but this is absolutely adorable. She is the JP Hololive VTuber I watch the most. Probably after that would be Percora or Marine. But this is so cute. I love the food and the little dog bone and the pose that she's in. Everything's adorable. Then obviously I'm going to buy Texas from Arc Knights. Good Smile Company just blew me out the park with this one. I had no idea it was coming. I don't think most people even in Arc Knights community did. I was looking on the MFC Club, on Taobao, Hapoi, Weibo. We're like, where did this come from? But yeah, she looks amazing. It really looks very, very close to her E2 art. And then I have Chica Bunny. Of course, I'm getting Kaguya Bunny. I would also be over the moon if they did a Hayasaka Bunny. Like, just give me all 3. But she looks so regal. I am also on the boat that I wish they'd done red, like a dark red would have been great. But it may be that when it releases, it will have the red tone like Chica's has like a purple tone. But yeah, January is a huge month, probably on the same scale as August. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm praying for some delays, but we'll see. 22 as a whole though. Lots of these I've cancelled or am cancelling. Amelia is the only one that is staying for sure. I paid for her months ago, including shipping. I'll just have customs to worry about in April or after that when she releases. Ilya I've cancelled, Summer BB I've cancelled, Yuko I've cancelled. The bottom row are in progress. Tomoe Gozen, I kind of want to try and keep. She doesn't come out till May minimum next year. But Ereshka Girl I think may have to go, as much as I love her. Her cape's huge. And when it comes to Milim, I'm kind of on the fence with which scale of her I want. I am up to date with Tensura, and she is my favourite character from it, along with Shuna. But yeah, it's tough. Especially since I also have these on pre-order. Sop Mod, Party, Cleanup, whatever you want to call it. I paid for up front. There was a deal on CD Japan and I kept looking back at her. I love the pink and the black. And then OTS 14. This figure is so classy. She looks gorgeous. So yeah, she's pre-ordered from Taobao. Then I also have some Nendoroids, Marine, Gura. Gura is my favourite Hololive VTuber. And then also Thorns Nendoroid. I also have this Ponyta, Galarian Ponyta resin on pre-order. I paid for that up front, it's just shipping. But it's so cute. It's my favourite version of Ponyta so far. They might do other ones. And it's, like I said, I'm replaying Sword and Shield, so it means a lot. I also want to bring up this 1/4 Maid Bunny figure by Freeing that recently came up for pre-order. Now this one I've got a feeling is going to be similar to Chris, and if I don't pre-order her, I will regret it. It's another illustration by D-Smile. Her eyes look gorgeous. I love the pink tips, and like honestly, one thing I found I've started to really dislike about bunny figures generally is they always make the breasts look huge, and this is like just perfect for me personally in every way. She looks absolutely gorgeous. And it completely threw me for a loop. I've been looking at this figure every day. It's kind of the same feeling I had with the Jigglypuff resin, but obviously different. But she's just so pretty, so I likely will end up pre-ordering her. I haven't yet. I'm trying to give myself the time to stew on it. Pre-orders close the start of September on Good Smile, so I've got a bit of time. But yeah, I've got a feeling this is gonna have to happen. She comes out in February, so she'll get to my house by March. I'm gonna call it a birthday present, right? But we'll see. But yeah, I did want to drop this in here. But yeah, so if you actually want to follow what the hell I'm buying and not buying, please feel free to add me as a friend on myfigurecollection.net. My username is Katayoyo. And generally, like, there are a couple I've missed on here, like Hokusai Travel version. That one I'm probably going to cancel. Mary by Miathos. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I absolutely love it. I just need to work out where the heck I'm gonna put it. So yeah. Honestly, if you want to have any idea of how I'm feeling, because I change my mind so often, it's awful. And this is probably the way. I also realised I missed Hoshiguma off this list, who is fantastic. There is no chance of me cancelling her. But there have been quite a few that I have cancelled already and taken off, and I can't remember what they were. So, yeah, do not be like me and try and get Ami Ami to ban you quite as much as I do. I do live on the edge. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry if this took absolutely forever, but hopefully it did bring some amusement and enjoyment. But yeah, thank you and take care.